Hey guys, this is Impact Hall of Famer Gail Kim, and you are watching the Countdown City WrestleCast.
Oh no!
Yeah,
What's up, guys?
It started buzzing immediately.
What is up, guys? In a moment, our host JC will surely be back. Right now, I am Big Mike, and welcome to the Countdown City WrestleCast. We got Tommy.
Hey guys!
And let's see this word. You got JC. Nope, not yet. All right.
Nope, not yet.
We just want to see who was away.
Yeah, we got you guys.
I promise you, my damn thing is not run by AT&T. What's up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, got you now.
Okay, thank God. Jesus Christ, what a week. I'm Roast JC. Mike already introduced him, but I'll introduce him again. We got that guy, Tommy.
Hello.
And we got Big Mike.
What's up?
What's up? Oh, my Lord. Why would that happen to me? Why could this happen to me? Thank you, everyone, for joining us. It's been a chaotic week. What's up, Brian, Jason, Burnsy? We see you guys in the chat. We got a lot to talk about. It's going to be a very, very busy weekend in wrestling. We're talking about TNA No Surrender, Elimination Chamber. Then, of course, you got the hybrid experience. And, of course, we have RCW turning 22. Unbelievable. Amazing. 22 years. So, yeah, fun. So, if your picture's a little grainy right now, don't worry. It's going to work itself out. Don't worry about it. So, thank you, everyone, for joining us. A lot to talk about. We're going to jump right into it. So, let's get started with a bit of wrestling news. Tommy, there's one you want to talk about now. This is, in a way, promo related to what was said last night on Dynamite, correct? With Sting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's WrestleCast underwater. Oh my god. Just something Sting said in his promo, his match coming up against Young Bucks. He mentioned the passing of his father. He said within the past week or so. So yeah, just that. It just that just really sucks. You know, the guy like Sting, right at the tail end of his career, and then that happens. That's just rough, man. So yeah, I just want prayers up for Sting, his and the whole family and everything, especially with his last hurrah coming up.
Yeah, I'm interested. I mean, it's funny you said, well, Christian Cage didn't come out. We were talking about this before. So is it a work? Is this real? But yeah, it's still pretty sad.
Well, it also could be that Christian Cage met his quota because he just laid into Danny Garcia during the night, bro. It's like, gee, I mean, I know he's being like the best heel in wrestling, but oh my god, when you hear Christian talk, I'm like, bro, what?
Yeah. and as you pointed out, they or some people found out online, the address he gave legitimately goes to a cemetery. Wow. I don't know if it's the actual one where his dad was buried, but apparently it is an actual cemetery.
Christian Cage is a menace and must be stopped. I'll just say that.
No kidding.
I mean, that's great to research that. It's pretty awesome. So, and then we got some more announcements related to NostalgiaCon. I'll go ahead.
Yeah,
Mike,
we do.
Talk through this. Go for it.
Yeah.
You're gonna throw. Here we go. So, as we announced last week, we will be joined by Thunder Rosa, of course, on Friday and Sunday. More specific details will be coming as we get closer. I believe in Legacy, you can correct me if I'm wrong there in the chat. I believe she'll be at our table for a time, but you'll also be doing some photos. But again, I don't know if that's all the specifics. They will come out with all of that, prices and what's available. So we're very happy and excited to have Thunder Rosa with us over parts of that weekend. Some newer announcements that were made since the last show. Hybrid, our good friends of the Hybrid School of Wrestling are going to be having matches at NostalgiaCon. So again, same thing. There'll be more information about when, where. The ring is going to be out kind of near where some of the other wrestling and autographs will be going on. And I don't know if the card will post ahead of time or it's kind of as you go there. But yeah, you see all the people on there. And it's going to be fun. And we'll have more announcements, hopefully connected with that as we get closer. But there are going to be wrestling matches at NostalgiaCon. Yeah, so Legacy said in the chat there you go. She will be doing signings and photos at her table. So that's of course with Thunder Rosa. And then one more announcement that was made won't be at our table, but will be with all the other celebrities. WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi will be joining us. Member of the Bloodline.
I was about to say that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that
So
confirmed now? Okay.
I mean, he's in the family. I don't know if he's like pledged to the Bloodline, but he's on that magnificent family tree that The Rock unveiled at that Las Vegas press conference.
This is fair. This is fair.
Yeah, you know. Now the NostalgiaCon's in May, right? WrestleMania is the month before. Will he be happy? Will he be sad? After that, we'll see what happens. You know, hopefully you're not like, hey, Bloodline. He's like, ugh, Cody.
Yeah.
No, I was kidding. So yeah, a lot of exciting things going on, wrestling related with NostalgiaCon. On top of, Tommy, remind us of some of the non-wrestling things NostalgiaCon's got going on.
Voice actors galore from anime from the 90s. And not only that, at our table, we will have from Power Rangers in Space and Turbo, Tracy Lynn Cruz, from Power Rangers Wild Force. Damn it, lost his name just that fast. The Lunar Wolf Ranger will be there. Can't believe I forgot his name. All at our table. So all the Yellow Ranger show will just be there Saturday. The Lunar Wolf Ranger will be there all 3 days. So on a personal note, I'm nerding out because the Lunar Wolf Ranger is legitimately one of my favorite Rangers of all time.
Oh, look.
Oh, here we go.
Why am I the last to know these things?
Breaking news. I didn't know about this either, honestly. So
Yeah.
breaking news.
You're just the mouth, Tommy. You just we said
yeah. I mean, I probably will do as much as I did during the Sergeant Slaughter panel. So, which will be fine with me.
Well, I don't know. I mean, taking the Slaughter's move is one thing. Do you want to take?
Okay, first of all, I said during the panel. That happened after the panel was over.
Well, here's my question.
I was move.
I was about to say, is Tommy going to get a stink face from Rikishi if that happens?
I'm not.
And will Ted be making that a Photoshop? I'm just throwing it out there.
I am not.
Okay, funny story. I've actually, I didn't hear him talking about it, but I've heard people that he was doing an interview and they've asked him because people will legit ask him at these things to do it, right? Like, oh, pay your money for a stink face, and apparently he said like he's had to say no. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna pay Ricky's, but apparently at times he's had to say no because like small petite women will be like, do that, and he's like, I'm gonna hurt you, like, nah, I can't do that. So, but Tommy's a big dude; he can handle it, I'm sure.
No.
Bruh!
So did he get permission from his wife, or do you think his wife would the guy be all for it? I'm just throwing it out there. So I'm asking.
I hate this show.
I think as long as like maybe if we give him like a little mask, because I don't think she's gonna want to kiss him after he gets a stink face. So
anyway.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
Okay, well, what about this? What if you take this one?
That I'll take.
Okay,
what?
Cool. All right. Well, I mean, we're gonna have a ring there. So I mean, I mean, if it's for charity, Tommy, maybe.
I hate this show.
Okay. Well, these aren't my ideas. These are stuff coming in the chat. We can't, just ignore it. So.
Anyway. Yeah, you could.
I mean, you literally have to push the comment to make it appear on the screen, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't just ignore them. Yeah, you can.
Literally, you can.
All right. That's coming up, of course, for NostalgiaCon. Obviously, as things get closer to the event, we get more announcements. We'll break them here every week. So, upcoming local wrestling events. We're going to talk about a couple of them this episode today. We're going to talk about the Hybrid Experience. We're going to talk about RCW. Both of those taking place this weekend. BOW is March 9th. And then RCW's and Mission Pro are running on April 20th.
Right. And there is also an RCW one in March. I believe it's the 17th. And
Okay,
it's
they
supposed to
confirmed
be a hybrid. Well, they Brandon put it out at the beginning of the year when he redid their schedule. So there was a post, but I think obviously they're going to wait till after this weekend to announce it and start doing stuff for it. So
Yeah.
Okay.
But I believe it's the 17th because it's like a St. Patty's Day one, but it's at Hybrid. It is at the gym for what I remember. So
Okay.
we'll get some details hopefully on that after this weekend with the shows we're going to talk about. Also, just real quick, even though it's 2 months away, Mission Pro has announced already about 4 matches for that show.
Yes.
And there's a lot that was going on this past week with Thunder Rosa, with the GM Carolina Teague. Go check out their On a Mission show where Thunder told me to shut up in the comments because apparently she was not happy with Carolina, and I was hyped to see Carolina, so that was fun.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that with the Carolina thing. Obviously, what they've announced, we know about the San Antonio Stampede, Izzy Moreno and JP Harlow.
Right.
We know about Thunder Rosa versus Lady Bird. That was made announced before the previous show.
Right.
They did announce, of course, that Rachel Chanel is going to get a rematch against Tiffany Nieves. My question is, are they going to add a stipulation to this one?
I'd be interested to see that.
Yeah.
And Brian jumping in. More matches to be announced soon.
Yeah.
More matches to be announced soon. Okay. One other match announced for the NPW Tag Team Championship, the King Bees versus Dream World.
That is going to be a match. Sorry it couldn't happen in this month, Tommy, but still going to be a hell of a match.
I mean, well,
Jason, that's what I was saying. Okay.
Look at the contract, right? So.
And see you later, Legacy. Good seeing you. I think.
I mean, Jason, I had the same thought when I was in the chat. And look, we hope maybe she'll come on the show soon. Obviously, don't want to upset her, but
I kind of do.
Tiffany was asking for. Okay, a ladder match. We'll take that.
I will. Yes.
I got to be honest. Tiffany confounds me, and I mean this in a mostly nice way, because she clearly cheats, and that's what Carolina was upset about. And for those who don't remember their Mission Pro history, she cheated in the #1 contenders match against Emmy Camacho way back last year. She technically cheated to beat Genocide and win the belt. Then after she won the belt, she was like, no, check this out. I can win these matches without cheating. And she did for several matches until she came back to Rache. So, she's really good. And apparently she just does what she wants when she wants. But yeah, that just kind of confused by that. So.
I mean, she said as much when we had her on the show before last show. It's, she's still champ. Ultimately, that's what it is. The championship still hangs around her waist, and that's where it goes from there. So one way or another.
Question: if we would get a ladder match, is it the belt and Rache's bag that hangs up there, or because then you will literally grab the bag? You know what I mean? So
yeah, that could be interesting.
That made too much sense after you said it.
Do you put the title in the bag and that's what hangs? We got some ideas.
Oh, here we go. Thunder is not the sole owner, so all decisions she can make on her own. This is just saying this is not a dictatorship. Okay. Basically what he's saying, this is not WWE, because we know how that works out. So I mean, yeah. And it's a slippery slope too, because let's not forget, Thunder Rosa is wrestling at this event, so it's a fine line. Either you're working back or you're working as a wrestler. It's hard to say. So
And Brian, also, we didn't mean to like insinuate that you didn't have power or didn't make decisions. It's just Thunder was saying the thing. So
yeah.
Not meant to insult you by any means. I hope
and also assaulted the high schooler, which apparently just happened in this promotion.
Trying to figure out.
Let's start researching some Home Depot stuff you can do. I'm trying to figure out didn't BOW do it? Well, they did it at Woodlawn, and that is high ceilings. They've done a ladder match before, right? Did they just run?
You run a cable over one of the beams,
okay,
and then you hang it that way. Because my family does it at every family reunion when we hang a pinata.
I was just saying it's like a pinata, JC.
Yeah, you could do it that way. There's basketball rims there. You can run it that way if you need to. I mean, that stuff's possible as well. So yeah, you could kind of run it across, so.
Oh, I thought you meant like you have to climb to the basket to get the...
No, you just high tie to the top.
Or you make it an ultimate X match. You buy the trusses, you put the cables, and do it that way.
Yeah.
An ultimate X match in San Antonio, that's all I want.
Yeah, thank you, Burnsy. We were in there, man.
No. You figured out we'll make... Oh, she's okay.
All right.
I guess they're putting us to work that day, guys.
Who's got the engineering degree around? Oh, wait,
gosh.
Well, my dad doesn't have an engineering degree, but he could probably figure it out if we let him stand there for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a family affair here, man.
I think I know a couple people that could do it. They just don't speak English, so we'll just have to do that stuff.
Well, my dad speaks a version of English. He's from the East Side, so it's East Side English. So it's about as hood can get. But no, I'm kidding.
Those different case or something. One other thing I wanted to point out, though, kind of a wrestling related, but also upcoming local events. Shout out Headslam Productions sponsoring that guy Tommy for the upcoming BOW show on March 9th. So
that's pretty cool. So I know. Well, I don't know. Maybe she has been. Has Angel been sponsored? Because I'm sure you don't want to throw that in her face if she hasn't.
You underestimate me, sir. Because if I'm sponsored and she's not, I'm absolutely throwing that in her face.
No, Tommy, that's not what I meant to happen at all.
Boy,
I mean, they'll let it get to the day of the show and I find out that I'm sponsored and she's not, because the level of that's going to happen will be amazing. I might say while I'm announcing and her opponent.
I'm definitely going and buying popcorn there.
Yeah. And her opponent, who's not sponsored by anyone in this show at all.
Wait, are you ring announcing too, or just doing the camera?
From what I understand, I'm ring announcing. From what I've been told.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Unless
shout out Headslam for sponsoring that guy Tommy.
Yeah, man.
Tommy, congrats.
Appreciate it,
yeah. So
that's awesome. I really appreciate that. That means a lot.
Yep.
I when Clint actually started doing that for us like a couple of shows ago, I was like, literally no one's ever going to sponsor us. And then wow, geez, thanks, Jason.
Well, Headslam Productions is
The funny thing was,
it's like he couldn't type that fast enough.
Yeah, no kidding. But now we're gonna have to get more people out there to harass the ring announcers. So
yeah, for sure. So.
Hey, honestly, if that brings us more people, I don't give a damn. Bring them on.
Yeah.
More details on that event as it comes up. That's going to be in a couple weeks. We'll talk about that one. So.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's move on to a busy weekend that we have coming up. Starting with Friday night, TNA No Surrender. And this is a bit of a polarizing one. Obviously, this is the first TNA Plus live special, TNA, exclusive. No Surrender, the first one under the TNA rebranding, but also the first event since Scott D'Amore's firing.
Yeah.
Now, there's been a bunch, people have been posting on social media. A lot of wrestlers in the TNA locker room have put the whole hourglass emoji. Some people interpreting it, days of our lives, the sands of our time thing.
Yeah.
Or they're just counting on the days where they can get out of their contract because they don't want to be there anymore. Scott D'Amore's not there.
I think that's a work. Oh, Brian, BOW is at the Woodlawn Gym.
Yeah.
On the west side.
It's going to be March 9th.
March 9th, yes.
I forget what time the doors open, but March 9th. 6. Doors
6,
open
right? 6.
Yeah.
Doors
open 7.
Because I'll be there.
Yeah.
Cool. So, yeah, this is... you can see there's a bunch of them that put that emoji. a lot, not everybody in the TNA locker room, but quite a few. A lot of them
Yeah.
that were really close to Scott D'Amore as well. I'm assuming a lot of them have been very outspoken, at least behind the scenes, about this. And maybe some have even said, if he's not back, like, I'm gone when my contract's up, you know? Jordan Grace seems to be the prize one. I mean, with her, she now has a little bit of history with WWE. When her contract's up, you can very easily see her going over there, especially after her performance at the Royal Rumble. So,
Yeah.
Well, apparently there was a group of them that wrote a letter to Anthem to let them know they weren't happy about it, and then they kind of got upset that that letter got leaked from someone, and so it made it sound like there may have been a little some people like happy about writing the letter, some people not wanting to rock the boat. So it could be interesting.
I feel like the most telling thing was like they exercised Josh Alexander's extension, but he wasn't necessarily wanting to do it. If that don't tell you something, I don't know what does.
And apparently, it's not only the way it's they put out on social media that Josh Alexander re-signed with TNA, and then his wife and both him kind of made social media comments, and they took that down and be like, TNA extends the contract of Josh Alexander. That's just a bad look right off the bat.
Immediately.
well,
Well,
I'm interested. It's an extension, so they have an option to extend it.
Yeah, there was an option in there.
So it was a company option, basically.
Apparently, he had asked them to not do that so he could kind of see what things were looking like, and then they ignored it. So,
Oh, Jesus. Not a good look right now for Anthem. It really isn't. This sucks because TNA has been on a high, towards the end of the Impact run. They're rebranding to TNA. Everyone's been excited about this, and this is just kind of taking all the wind out of the sails, it seems like that. So, and it's
Brian
right?
said it
Yeah.
best. Like, dude, he ain't wrong.
But this is something where, like, when the pandemic hit, sorry, I put that up too quick. When the pandemic hit, everyone thought, we said it, we were worried about TNA.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
were very worried about them,
Them
Scott
and
D'Amore is
ROH.
the reason they're still around right now.
Yep.
That they're still a company. He booked it so well. Made the working relationship with AEW to bring that up as well. Scott D'Amore is
Well,
a big reason why.
that was him and Don Callis when they were both running.
yeah, because Callis was with them at the point, but
then Callis went to AEW. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But the point is that D'Amore was really had basically every good idea TNA has had since Dixie Carter sold the company has been Scott D'Amore. He's the one that's kind of, as people have left the company to go other places. A lot of big stars, Drew Galloway making his name. Now he's Drew McIntyre again. There's a huge number of stars, and he's been able to build new talent. And you got rid of him. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Why not have him work under this guy? You're moving him into the entertainment division,
Because you're talking about a company that owns an asset it doesn't know anything about, and they're making business decisions. They're not making, or what they consider business decisions, not what they consider smart wrestling decisions.
Yeah.
Which
But you're
amazingly
gonna
can
lose
be
the
the
money
exact
off
same
of it.
thing.
If you don't have the right person in charge, you're gonna end up losing money in a business like this. So, yeah, I've read that too, and very easily you could say no, we'll see, and Scott's got to go out there and say, okay, let me show what we can do with the budget we have, like earn the more money that way, But unless that meeting went like horribly wrong or something, I don't know. But for them to say we want more money for the budget is like no, and you know what, we're just gonna fire you because you asked for more money. It doesn't make sense.
Sadly. Oh, good.
I was gonna say, and if that's the case, then if they don't want to put more money into it, then what was wrong with the idea of Scott D'Amore just buying it then?
That's true. Like you could have sold that very much so.
Yeah.
I believe it. I believe it too, definitely. So
I hope he lands in AEW and he starts booking matches there.
And actually, well, yes. The other one we talked, I think we mentioned it last week or maybe in our chat that someone said, because they don't know if Tony Khan would give up the booking, but like hire him and have him book ROH.
Oh yeah,
and like ROH has a couple of really good things going for it. They also have a ton of people that like regular fans just don't know because it's on ROH. I think he could do wonders with that.
It would be a smart move for Tony to hire Scott D'Amore
to bring him in
because he's got to know if I have Scott D'Amore, when these contracts expire for some of the biggest stars in TNA, I have a shot to bring them over here.
That's true too.
And
Yeah.
So imagine Scott D'Amore's brain with AEW's budget. Good things can happen. So
imagine Scott D'Amore's brain with talent like Brian Keith and Shane Taylor.
yeah. So,
Still
but let's get
taking on
into No Surrender taking place on Friday. The pre-show is the System, Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers taking on Intergalactic Jet Setters Kushida and Kevin Knight. We can pick that one if you want, or you just want to talk about. I mean,
No, let's get on to the main show.
Yeah, that was
Right.
hard to call.
Too much
All right.
wrestling.
Main show PCO versus Khan, guys.
PCO, I can't not. I'm sorry. I can't never not pick that.
Right? Can we pick against him at this point?
Well, it's not like a crazy stipulation match, so I mean, there's a chance you could pick against him, but I mean,
Listen,
he's gonna.
Short of shooting PCO in the face, and I mean you have to shoot him in the face where it'll actually kill him. You can't just take out an eye, because remember Walking Dead that happened to Coral? I mean, because he'll still get up.
Yeah.
Short of shooting, and I mean you gotta shoot him in the face.
All right. So yeah, we're all taking PCO for sure right now. It's crazy.
Definitely.
Josh Alexander versus Simon Gotch. Yes, he can use that name. He owns the rights to it, by the way. Just throwing it out there.
That was a random run-in, but I liked it. I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
That's gonna be fun. Anyone thinking that they might have Alexander lose?
Only because of the
maybe with shenanigans. I think it kind of depends on if Gotch is staying or if this is kind of a few appearances thing, which I haven't heard.
I'm gonna go with Josh though. Still,
okay.
Probably the best bet. Oh, nice, Burnsy.
Damn it, Burnsy! I haven't have a picture with him yet. Like everywhere I'm supposed to be where he's at, I can't make it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going with Josh Alexander, but if we start seeing him lose and get buried, Jesus Christ, Anthem's fucking.
Isn't Matthew Renard one of their announcers too?
Yeah.
Could we have a Vaudevillains reunion?
Ooh, that would be crazy.
Slightly different characters, I'm sure.
You know what I just thought of? If they try to bury Josh Alexander, this will be like when Ric Flair and what's his name bought WCW all over again.
Yeah.
They try to make him Spartan or the Spartan,
something like that.
Yep.
But that means Josh Alexander has to go to WWE. Oh, that's it. Cody's not finishing the story this year. It's going to be Josh Alexander.
He's not even in the bloodline. What is this?
No, he's going to run in and somehow get his own match immediately, just beat Roman Reigns. Can you imagine the amount of hate that would get immediately?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you don't do it to Josh Alexander though. He doesn't deserve that hate.
That's true.
Not at all. All right, X Division Championship, Chris Sabin defending against Mustafa Ali, and yes, he owns the right to that name too.
Isn't that his? Well, maybe it's not his actual name.
It's not his actual name, but he
talk
owns
about
right
a match I didn't know I needed.
Yeah, right.
God damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Ali wins. This would just go nuts, man. This would just. Flip
I think I'm gonna go with you
right
because I saw a part of Sabin. He was like, "I'm a 10-time X Division champion." It's not going to hurt him to lose to Ali. It's Sabin.
All right. Tommy?
Yeah, I'm going Ali too.
All right.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, oh, man. Come on, Sabin. He's going to lose.
I have a feeling Sabin's going to be heavily involved with the main event picture after this event.
He should be.
Especially with the main event match, Alex Shelley Moose, Jason also going with Ali as well. So
awesome.
Knockouts Tag Team Championship, Decay versus MK Ultra. Tommy?
Why'd you?
Because it's Havoc and Rosemary. I just want to make sure your mind's in the right spot. So,
yeah, also against Killer Kelly and Masha Semovich, who...
I know.
Man.
Where are you going with this one?
It's in this universe. It's not in the multiverse. Just
I know where I'm currently at. Most of the time. Anyway, I don't know, man. Decay to retain.
All right.
Yeah.
Mike?
I'm going to go with Decay.
Me as well. If I'm not mistaken, this is the rematch class for MK Ultra, but I think this is staying with Decay. Yeah, so. Well, we were going to
I
meet Chris
did meet Chris
Sabin once on
Sabin
Super
twice.
Bowl Sunday. Yeah, we're going to meet him on Super Bowl Sunday, but
we were going to
that
meet him in
happened.
2007. But
Oh,
that didn't happen.
Oh my god, that story will never not be funny.
No, it
No, it
won't.
really won't.
Oh, Jason,
All right.
Ultra.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow.
Nice.
All right. Now the TNA Tag Team Championship. This is a best of 3. You know, of one against one. So for the championship, ABC Ace Austin and Chris Bay defending against the Grizzly Young Vets, James Drake and Zach Gibson. I'm at a point where I'm not betting against ABC. They've just been dominant with the tag titles, and I can't see them losing at this point. So other than the one they lost in the series here, so I'm sticking with ABC. Mike, what about you?
I don't know. I just like the Grizzled Young Vets. Like that's the best name ever. I was sad when they went to NXT and became whatever they were in that little group of Joe Gacy. So I'm gonna go Grizzled Young Vets.
All right, Tommy.
I'll say Grizzly Young Vets.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like the odds might be in their. I really was leaning towards ABC, but I don't know. Something about this match makes me feel like they're gonna go. Yeah.
All right.
Jason's picking Grizzly Young Vets as well.
Very
Okay.
nice.
GYV.
Interesting. Knockouts Championship, Jordan Grace against Giselle Shaw. I'm at a point where I with the hype Jordan Grace has right now, there's no way she's dropping the title.
Yeah, I don't
right
think she
now.
loses for a
Yeah,
while.
her nickname is literally the Juggernaut right now.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry. I've read Marvel comics. You don't bet against Juggernaut unless you have at least a full team of X-Men and you can get that damn helmet off his head. And Professor X is literally in the same room. So
yeah.
Yes.
Birdsey also take Grizzly Young Vets on that one. Yeah. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Speaking of that. And then for the TNA World Championship, in a no surrender rules match, Moose defending against Alex Shelley. Now, for those that aren't sure exactly what this is, Moose will have Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers in his corner. Alex Shelley will have Kevin Knight and Kushida in his corner. And I'm potentially Chris Sabin as well. We'll see. The no surrender rules is basically whoever's corner throws in the towel first loses. That's the stipulation of the match. So in a way, it's a submission, but it's not you the one giving up. It's your corner giving up and losing it for you. So, Mike, what are you thinking on this one?
I'm going to stick with Moose because I feel like a match like this is rife for shenanigans.
Yeah.
Either a turn or someone causing one of his cornermen to throw in the towel. So I'm going to stick with Moose.
All right. Tommy.
yeah, I'll stick with Moose too. Same reasons.
As will I. I'm wondering if there's gonna be a little bit of drama with the whole towel throwing in thing. It's gonna be a little interesting to see how this plays out with Shelley. So,
True.
all right, that's 1 of 4 hits this weekend, guys. Yes,
We're a quarter there, guys.
We're a
Stick
quarter of
with
the
us.
way there. Yes. TNA No Surrender Friday. This Friday tomorrow, February 25th, 7 p.m. Central Time, exclusively on TNA Plus. Visit the TNA Wrestling website for more details on how you can subscribe to TNA Plus. Available on mobile devices, Roku devices, and any other streaming services that you have as well. So, and on your computer, just on the website. So, all right. Birdsey also taking Moose. Jason taking Moose as well. Jason also took Grace for that one. So Moose. All right. So from Saturday night, when that's over, get right back to bed because you got an early start. Friday night, get early to bed because Saturday morning you're starting early. Elimination Chamber is in Australia, and I gotta say, I knew the press in Australia, they are notorious for being dicks about things. So that Austin Theory thing, that if you haven't seen it already, they just try and like to just push buttons and get under people's skin. Whoever celebrities are interviewing, Austin Theory went on a show to get interviewed for promoting Elimination Chamber, and the guys ask him, well, I mean, it's fake, right? Use the wrestling F-bomb, if you will. So, and Austin Theory, of course, get a little pissed off, and I wouldn't have minded if Theory just smacked the shit out of him. So,
okay, in a slightly Australian adjacent thing, I don't know if anybody saw the Saraya and Harley Cameron and Ruby Soho thing from AEW. I think it wasn't. I think it was either Collision or last week's Dynamite, where Ruby finally like tried to break away from Soraya and Harley because of them messing with her relationship with Cool Hand Ange or whatever. And after she walks off, Harley Cameron, she's like, "I know what we're gonna do about her. I'm gonna get her with my knife." And she pulls out a big spatula spoon, and Soraya's like, "That's a knife." And she goes, "Oh, I've seen you play knifey spoony." Which, if you don't get that Simpsons reference, had me cracking up. Which was on an episode of them making fun of Australia, like they go over there. So I know it's kind of not WWE and NXT, but like to pull that reference off on TV, just classic. Love that.
Amazing.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Well, Chamber is going to be interesting. I'm already seeing the memes. People that are like waking up to the pyro and everything else going off from a cricket or an Australian rules football stadium in Perth,
That's
Australia.
funny.
So, yeah. One was hilarious. They just played the intro of like the pyro going off and them just like freaking out thinking somebody's shooting the place. It's hilarious. So, but at this point, 4 matches on the card right now. Potentially they could add whatever after depending on what airs on SmackDown tomorrow. But starting with the Tag Team Championship, Judgment Day defending against the New Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, who won a Contender Series tournament to get this title shot.
Yeah.
Now, just throw this out there. Damian Priest still holds the briefcase, the Money in the Bank briefcase. So who knows when he's going to cash that in? But
well, he said while Seth Rollins is out injured, they told him, I guess in kayfabe, he's not allowed to until he's medically cleared, which I found interesting. A little bit of a loophole, but you know,
unless they strip the title off of Rollins or something like that. So
but they're not because they're trying to set up WrestleMania. So
yeah, very true, Jason. It's not the first time.
Yeah,
you got to prepare when you go to Australia. They're going to try and get under your skin.
Hey, and that guy was lucky because in the past, a lot of them have been smacked upside the head.
You kind of wish Roddy Piper was still alive so you could smack the shit out of him because he's done that before, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Quite a few people.
Sure. Yeah.
So
anyway,
I'm dressing down.
I'm going with Judgment Day. Mike, what about you?
First question is, why couldn't they still be British Strong Style? What's New Catch? Like, ever since William Regal helped form the Blackpool Combat Club, there's literally an NXT group trying to be just like them, and now this name makes me feel like I know that you hit gold with Blackpool Combat Club, but they were British Strong Style. That's what they were in the Indies. That's what they kind of were when they got up there. Like New Catch Republic, come on, stop that.
Because for some reason, and this is where WWE logic floors me. Apparently, they think no one watches NXT. It's just like when they changed Walter's name to Gunther. He was Walter for like 4 years in NXT. Never mind if you don't acknowledge the Indies, fine. But he was Walter for like 4 years in NXT. They say now he's Gunther. That's his name now.
Now I will give it to him. He's been the most successful. All right, fine. I will take that name and I will go with it. So
that's because like you're also too afraid to make fun of him because he'll afraid he'll chop you in your chest and your rib cage will now be where your spine's supposed to be.
Well, we'll get back to the show, but on another episode, we're going to discuss how Walter and Gunther are two different wrestlers.
Just like Elias and Ezekiel. They're two different people.
Exactly.
That's really how it is. So, yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to go with Judgment Day, too. I was honestly shocked that I'm going to call him British Strong Style. Beat DXIY or DIX, depending on which one you go with. But that might be because they're getting into a storyline with Truth, and I think they may be the contenders at Mania if New Day's not in like a multi-team match, because there's also talk of reuniting the Awesome Truth, Liz and our Truth, because they've kind of been teaming back and forth, but our Truth is still I'm a part of the Judgment Day, so I think they'll keep them till Mania. I think Judgment Day is going to lose a lot at Mania though. That's for a later date.
But Tommy, you go with Judgment Day as well, or?
Actually, nah. I'm picking New Catch Republic.
Okay.
I'm hoping for a swerve to kind of open things up for Mania. So yeah,
That's true.
They trademarks everything. They didn't want British Strong Style trademark to be the WWE. That's fair. But I swear they used that name at least once at NXT.
I think they did, but that was also
Well,
AAA.
Yeah, I mean, well, British Strong Style. I mean, it's hard to trademark something that, like I was using. I don't know. It's hard to say. So, who knows now with trademarks? I mean, then again, they don't own Simon Gotch, Mustafa Ali's names anymore. So,
Yeah.
Referencing that as well. So, see where it goes from there. Let's see here. Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley defending against Nia Jax. Is anyone taking Nia Jax in this one?
No.
No, didn't think so.
It was her attacking everyone in the women's Elimination Chamber that felt weird to me in a way. Like how she
I have been I've heard a lot of people say that this run has been better for her.
Yeah, I agree with that. That was weird.
But I'm pissed that when she first showed up, they used her and derailed the momentum of Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark that were just kind of coming off their stuff.
Okay, for sure.
They ruined that. And now, it was really weird that she beats up all the chamber people. I feel like that's old school, the way they would book Charlotte or something, or Brock, I guess. But I'm not a huge fan of it.
And I also think that would have made more sense if she was in the chamber match.
Right.
She's not even in it, so I don't even know what she had to do with altercation. So
this is going to be an interesting one too.
She could beat Rhea too, but it felt weird. That's all.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting too how the crowd reacts to this. Now I know they're in Australia. Rhea Ripley, if I'm not mistaken, is from New Zealand. So trying to make sure. I can't remember if she's New Zealand or Australia.
Rhea Ripley's Australian.
She's Australian. Okay, yeah. So
she's born.
Adelaide. Then just another match where Nia Jax is going to get booed because they're going to be so fucking over for Rhea Ripley.
This is going to be Zelina in Puerto Rico. That's what Rhea's going to get here.
That's true.
Yeah.
Rhea, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I couldn't remember. I apologize.
You pissed off mommy.
There's a big Australia New Zealand rivalry thing there. I apologize. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the ovation she gets. This is going to be a true homecoming, and it's got to be something special for her. You almost wish the Iconics were there because that's their home as well. For them to be able to wrestle there on such something like this. So yeah.
Oh well, remember Tennille Dashwood?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They announced this show. She's like, "Oh, I'm going to be able to wrestle at home." 12 hours later, just kidding, got released. That was
Yeah.
But
wow. I actually forgot that happened, and now I'm comfortable all over again.
In all fairness, that's more of the Saudi shows. The one in England, Clash of the Castle, was a pretty good PLE. They had Money in the Bank over there.
Money in the Bank was good. Backlash was good.
And Backlash.
So, yeah.
It's really those early Saudi shows that were like that. And that's because they wanted all the old stars that weren't alive. But
Nia was born in Australia. Oh, okay. Huh. Didn't know that.
Wait, really?
Huh. Wow, she was born in Sydney, Australia.
Oh, wow, she was.
Wow.
She's still gonna get booed.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, she's gonna get booed up to fucking wazoo, I'm sure.
Well, because she was raised in Honolulu, but she was born in Sydney.
Yeah, raised in Honolulu. Oh, there you go. Okay, cool.
But she's of both descent, so I guess wow.
Yep.
I didn't even know that. How did I not know that?
Will she come out and go I don't even claim this town?
She probably
this
not.
country.
Well, whoever holds the championship after this match is going to be challenged by the winner of the women's Elimination Chamber match at WrestleMania. Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and Raquel Rodriguez will be entering the chamber. They haven't stipulated the order yet, if I'm not mistaken, who's starting, and we'll find out that night, I'm sure. But guys, do we want to just roll a dice? Who do you want to pick on this one?
On this one, look.
I have my picks already.
Yeah. Okay. Tommy, go ahead then.
I got Becky Lynch all day long.
Okay. Mike?
All I'm saying is if it's not, screw you, WWE, for your promotion, because it was already Becky and Rhea at the press conference in Vegas, like face to face, like they're gonna have a WrestleMania match before they have announced. Same thing like on TV recently. So, I mean, granted, you still have a month and a half or whatever to mess with things, but I can't imagine it not being Becky. So
Yeah, honestly, when the way it was like getting promoted, I was wondering if they were gonna have Rhea versus Becky at Chamber, but then again, Australia, Becky would have been booed and all that stuff right there. So,
well, yeah, but it was at the WrestleMania press conference. So.
Yeah.
Jason, absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
let's hope that changes. Yeah, seriously.
here's the thing. There was supposed to be, obviously, before the lawsuit stuff came out, the plan was to have Brock Lesnar versus Dominic Mysterio, building off what happened at the Rumble. Obviously, Braun Breaker took that spot. There's still a chance we can get Bronson Reed and or Indy on the.
You know what? Let's just totally not even try to fake what they're doing. Put Indy and Bronson together in a mixed tag against Austin Theory.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if Australia cheers him or boos him for what he did. They may not like him for threatening their reporters. They might love it. I'm not sure. But if not, Grayson Waller's also Australian. Dang. There's actually quite a few Australians on there.
Yeah.
But just put them in a match that they're not even trying to hide.
Look, it's
what they're doing.
Bronson and Indy versus Austin Theory and Chelsea Green, because
there you go.
Why the hell not? But
yeah.
Yep.
Because because why the hell not? So
safe to say we're all going with Becky Lynch on this one though. The way they promoted it.
Becky too.
And if not, it better fucking be Raquel Rodriguez, because geez, that seems like the only good backup to somebody who can challenge Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. So
well, realistically, there is a story for Liv also.
Yeah,
I just don't know if there's enough time. Wait, Indy and Bronson versus the Viking Race? Oh, that's true, because it's Valhalla right now.
Yeah,
you're right.
So
that's true.
Speaking of people that had their names changed to coming out of NXT, right?
Indy versus Ray Rose / Eric, I think would still be fun.
Yeah.
All right, and then the men's elimination chamber is for a number one contender spot to challenge the World Heavyweight Championship currently is Seth
Is that
Rollins.
Officially announced? Is that what the reward is?
That's the reward. Yeah, that's officially announced as a reward. Now, obviously, if Rollins can't go, we'll see what happens. This is. This
but they're I guess it's possible, but they're making it sound like he's super 100% confident he's ready to go.
Sounds like he was in Australia doing press. We'll see if he gets involved in this show on some level. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, Kevin Owens, and Logan Paul. So Jason's taking Drew, and obviously had Punk not been hurt, he probably would have been in this one. Yep. Probably would have won. He's the one challenging Seth Rollins. Now everything is just wide open right now.
Yep.
Jason's taking Drew. I say you cash in on some popularity and you go LA Knight.
They should. They're not gonna.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Even Triple H, I don't think has the guts to do that. I agree too, kind of.
They should.
But character and storyline wise, I agree with Jason. Drew seems to be the man they've got slotted for that. You want to piss people off too, Logan Paul.
Oh God! No,
oh my God! Yeah, Philly would shit on that, but
yeah, they would. But that's why
Philly would love LA Knight and Seth. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mike, you're taking.
I'm gonna go with Drew.
And Tommy.
I'm going Drew. I had it pegged ever since this Twitter game got stepped up after all this.
Oh God! After the Punk
dude, the I prayed for times like these meme. I said this man is going to hell, and he's enjoying it.
You know what? That's an interesting.
You know, I didn't even realize that.
You know, to be honest with you, this time of year, I don't even look at that because everything is all jumbled together.
That's true.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
But yeah, that
is right, because it is for the Raw title after all that. That's kind of funny.
I mean, unless things get shifted around, who knows, right? I mean, because I'm trying to remember, is Cody a Raw or SmackDown talent? I'm trying to remember.
Cody was Raw.
Cody's Raw, and he's challenging for...
Oh, so maybe that's why, yeah.
Maybe it'll switch. Who knows?
SmackDown title.
So,
Just finish the damn story. Sorry, it's
Does that affect you as a writer? Like just that statement?
okay. Do you want the truth? Do you really want seriously? I'll answer.
I think I know the truth.
I'll answer
You
this.
can't handle the truth.
Because honestly, from a storytelling standpoint, yes, because I almost get it in the long run, but no, this is this is if Lord of the Rings got stretched out for 2 more books to me. No, it should have stopped at 3. Why is it 5?
It's taking the prequel, the Hobbit, Lord of the Rings book, and somehow making 3 movies out of it. That's basically what they did.
Which also,
yes, 3 movies.
I think I've asked you this before, but Tommy, have you changed? Who finishes the story first, George R. Martin or Cody Rhodes?
It's still got 2 more months, and Martin has
The
surprised
Detroit
the
Lions.
fans before. Martin surprised the fans before. We could get Winds of Winter before WrestleMania.
Oh my God! If like April 5th, he just like, guess what, guys?
Yo,
Wow.
Yo, dead ass. What if he drops both books within like a week of each other right before Mania? Dude, I will be on Twitter so heavy. George R. Martin finished the story before Cody Rhodes.
Guys, this is why the Countdown City Geeks works with the Countdown City WrestleCast.
For sure.
That's what we are.
Because Rock, yeah. Are those legit clues, or are people just kind of reading too much into this?
Well, I kind of feel like either he's dropping heavy clues or he really doesn't care what he's supposed to do. Because, if you don't know you're supposed to throw up a 1 and you throw up an L just because you're absent-minded, that just kind of makes him look dumb.
I mean, we're talking about a guy who had to write his promo on his arm one time. It got called out by Cena about it. Remember that?
Was that real? I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong.
It was real. You see the shots, the high quality. You can see the words written on there. You're supposed to say, So yeah.
And it was real. I'm well, I can't say for sure, but to me, it seemed like that was real. Like he actually did that, and Rock didn't like it.
All right. Well, Elimination Chamber is get up early for this one, guys. Saturday morning.
So, Tommy, isn't that just like staying up an extra 30 minutes for you, or?
Actually, that's staying up about. No, I go to bed around 5.
4 a.m. Central Time. Pre-show starting at 3:30 is taking place at the Optus Stadium in Perth, Western Australia. I'm trying to remember who this is the home to. Home to a couple of Australian rules football teams, and of course cricket, rugby. This is I've seen some of the setup already. This is a huge stadium, so this is going to be crazy how they pack it. But WWE's been there before, had a great crowd. We'll see what happens. Of course, for us on Peacock.
I just read it's the 3rd largest stadium in Australia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see who makes fun of the local sports teams there. It's always great to see that. So So
Nia Jax just to get the booze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the last time there was Sheamus said a comment and it was pretty funny. So yeah. All right. Well, we've talked about No Surrender. We've talked about Jesus, you trying to get me up early on a Saturday when I don't have to be? Good luck. I might catch this on replay while I'm eating my breakfast tacos or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know if the taco places are open that early.
Whataburger is. It's about as close as you're gonna get.
That's true. That's true.
And the 3 Chachos in town now.
Oh yeah, there are 3.
At least
now.
the
one is just a drive-through. It's like halfway open.
No, all 3 of them are drive-through.
Yeah.
None of them are open to go outside.
That's such crap.
I think COVID kind of ruined that.
To be fair, the one off 90 military, that one's been under construction for.
No, it's
pre-COVID.
open, dude.
I know. Okay, it's been a building sitting there like closed, and it just now had the drive-through open. So it's just funny.
Look, I go military to get to 90 sometimes. I know it's been taunting me for years. Okay,
since before COVID.
It was taunting Lagaya too because we go that way so I could take her to work at Mad Dog's downtown.
Oh my gosh.
But if you remember, right before COVID, it was supposed to be a chicken place. It was Chacho's Chicken. I was like, what is this? And then COVID hit, and then they painted it the Chacho, Fiesta colors. I was like, ooh. And then like 2 years, it just sat there. I was like, you mother.
Yeah, for
anyway.
sure. So, All right, on to what's happening locally here. Saturday morning, you're waking up to Elimination Chamber. Saturday night, head on over to the Hybrid School of Wrestling. We got the Hybrid
Yeah.
Experience, Heartbreakers 2.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, let's let you talk about this one here.
I got the card.
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
And Tommy, I'm sure you'll throw in comments on certain matches.
Sure.
JC, do you have the graphic in those?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
that's
trying
cool.
to pull it up so I can try and like zoom in on it and everything. So
Yeah.
here we go. Yeah.
But I'll kind of get started. We have a singles match. We have someone who we've interviewed before, Jesse James, legit. Recently won medals in BJJ and grappling.
Yeah.
Naga titles again. Going against, there we go, there at the bottom, against Animal, the heart of the Rio Grande Valley, I believe.
Yeah, but
It's his moniker. So you see there at the bottom, Animo versus Jesse James in a singles match. I think last show, was it Jesse that threw himself into Animo's match and made it a triple threat? I think so.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. And then going across the bottom there, we have a tag match for the newly crowned champions from the last match, Living in Fashion, against the team of Rilo King and Yoshi Bell. Yoshi is a recent graduate, I think, of this past year from Hybrid. And I think Rilo, I heard he comes from like Atlanta or something. And
I
he's
can't
moved down
remember where
here.
exactly he's from, but yeah.
And he's moved to train for a while. So that should be interesting. They've both got decent size and they both got good moves, but Living in Fashion's been doing it a little bit longer, so it should be a hell of a match. If you move up there, this is real interesting because this guy is going to be at both this show and the next show we talk about RCW. And look, let's just be honest. If you've been a fan of wrestling for a while in TNA, you're familiar with the character Suicide.
Yep.
What I don't know is who's under the mask this time.
Yeah, I
because we're pretty sure in the past, just over time, it has been Frankie Kazarian,
Christopher Daniels,
TJP.
Yeah.
So not sure who this version of Suicide is, but he is in a 6-person match against Eric Walker, Jay Young, Johnny Lyons, and Alex. That's 5 people, I think.
Yeah, that's
Alexander
5 people.
Crawley.
Yeah,
Right,
they have-
but Lilith is there because yes, she should be. And
So-
I have no complaints about that.
I'm gonna throw this out there. First of all, this was a character that was created for the old TNA video game,
Yes,
made him
that
into
was-
a thing. Is this the new Doink the Clown?
Kind of.
Think
And
about
I
that.
know what you mean.
I
And I
never
was-
made that connection.
I was thinking about this with someone. I forgot who I was talking to though. Kind of.
Yeah.
Because you could just kind of throw it on, right?
Yeah, I mean, Doink the Clown. I forget who the original was, but when it was in town locally, he wrestled here. It was
Matt
Dusty Wolf. It was
Right,
Dusty
right.
Wolf
Yeah,
under that.
you're right.
So
You're right.
yeah. So
In
is this
fact,
going to be one of those gimmicks
Tommy,
that just kind
wasn't-
of gets passed on?
Was Doink at that show that Chris Sabin didn't make? Or was that a
Yes.
slightly different? I think he
I
was,
want to
right?
say yes. I think so. I wasn't at that show either. So
I believe
Yeah,
so.
maybe we were talking about that. I don't know. I was talking about it to someone, but yeah, like it kind of is.
Hmm. So maybe that's that's Suicide's the new Doink the Clown. It's kind of weird to say that, but
Yeah.
he's the cruiserweight Doink the Clown, if you will. Yeah, I'm interested to see who's under the mask. I don't know if it's going to be who was it when they did the whole storyline where it was like, oh, I that came from the streets. I'm trying to build, but when I get under wrestling, who was it that was under the mask? It was like some up and coming guy.
wasn't it TJP at that point?
Was it TJP?
I think it might have been TJP, that version you're talking about.
Yeah, because that's when he was
maybe.
like just starting in TNA.
Or the next Sin Cara. Well,
Wow,
That's a good
damn.
What if
But
it's Sin Cara under
But
Suicide?
accurate though.
No, I don't know if it's gonna be like a major star unless Marvel called in a favor. But yeah, I'm interested to see who's gonna be under the Suicide mask.
all right.
for this
If
one.
it's no wait, Don Juan's in a match later. Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
if it's Don Juan, no.
Nah, watch it be Marvel.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
So going across there is a tag team match, a women's tag team match. The champion, Gia Michelle, teaming with her often opponent, often fierce rival, and I believe her number 1 contender at the moment.
Damn
But
it,
will
Ted.
we see Dink?
I'm
God dang it,
sorry.
Ted.
Dang it, Jason.
Who gonna miss? I don't know. We'll find
Oh,
out. So
wow.
yeah.
Anyways, GMSL and Key Vibes, who in all fairness in the multiverse, were on the same page at UWW, but we're not sure how that works with hybrid RCW. So when we see them, they're usually fighting, but they're on the same team because on the other side, what else would bring two heated rivals together?
But Team Takis.
Calientita and her partner, who is making her official hybrid debut, Ridley Thorne.
So basically, I can kind of cheer for 3/4 of this match.
Yes, that's actually the sign I think I'm going to make. Is I like 3/4 of this match, but you know,
I will happily hold that up with you.
Because the other fourth is really an eighth when you think about it. 'Cause you can't go
okay,
That's
not to go too behind the curtains,
Mhm.
but at Mission Pro, you know that the hybrid people help out, and so Ridley and Hysteria were there at the front. And she was asking because he was like, "Y'all are always, you always boo Callie." And I was like, "Yes, we do." And she's like, "You gonna cheer for me?" I was like, "Yeah, we'll cheer for you. Like you are cool, but probably not for Callie." So
you suck. You're cool. Yeah.
This match will be the exact reverse. You're cool. You suck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
all right, let's go. Where we're going up?
Let's go straight up here. Alex Arsenal is David Kidd.
One of Hybrid's favorite sons.
Mm-hmm.
David Kidd.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, that depends on what's going on. Against Alex Arsenal, who has kind of become a mainstay in San Antonio this last year and a half. Really impressive. That should be a fun match. Hopefully David Kidd uses his streetwise and playground tactics to get over here because Alex Arsenal does bring a blow-up machine gun, and we know how dangerous that can be.
Very.
Yeah.
So.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Now this one. Tommy, I'll let you talk about this one because damn.
Well, Chase Owens versus JP Harlow, and Chase Owens, for those of you who don't know, coming fresh off a win against Girls of Destiny, and he is now one half of the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Champs. The second time winning that belt with none other than Kenta.
Yes.
Wow.
Which is insane.
So Kenta could be suicide. What you're trying to say?
Don't do that to me. Don't. I'm Hawkeye right now. Don't give me hope.
Why is suicide doing a go to sleep?
Oh, wait a minute.
Was that? Since when does suicide do it besides couldn't? Oh.
Suicide speaks Japanese. Anyway.
On behalf of Izzy, JP Harlow has a good chance of really getting beat up this weekend, and I think we're here for it.
Yeah. I'm always definitely.
I really think. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. Harlow's, in my opinion, because he gets so much heat wherever heel, face, whatever. I feel like he's still very underrated as a wrestler, and this is really gonna be a match where he's gonna showcase what he can do.
Okay, JC, we don't really want you giving him credit or.
No, I'm just
kidding.
He's gonna be a talent that's gonna one of the. He's not from here originally, but he's going to make a name for himself here huge, and he's going to get noticed. And
he does what he does very well.
Yes, for sure. And I think he's really going to showcase what he can do against Chase. I still think Chase is going to win, obviously, but Harlow, this is going to be a really, really big test for him, and it's going to really put him out there. So, yeah.
All right, moving on. We have a tag team match with friends of the show. The Flockin' Brawlers, Casey Black Rose and Brandon Weiss, versus Tommy Bolton and Ryan Riven. Do you know a little bit more about these two?
Tommy Bolton, I know more about Tommy Bolton than I do Ryan Riven. I know Tommy Bolton. I don't know if he's local, but I know he's been around the city a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I unfortunately, I'm not as well versed on these two. So. I mean, like I said, I know about Tommy Bolton, just not as well versed. Remember, not
Bolton was at RCW, the Rumble. He was in there, and I think I saw him once at the One United show I went to last year, but I wasn't as familiar. But I think he was there. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So haven't seen him very often at all.
All right, and I'm just going to say this regarding this match. if the Flock and Brawler start doing their crazy calling for a tag like they did last show, that
Yeah. Yeah.
somebody has to yell out Cumbia Kings just one fucking time if he says it. Just someone just yell out Cumbia Kings. Just get the whole freaking gym to do that. So
Yeah.
come on, that'd be great.
I mean, Brandon is damn well. Actually, Casey's gotten better at it because I think Brandon's made him practice.
Yes.
So here we go. Talk about the multiverse. You have the Texas Treats, which is in this case, I guess they're Freebird ruling this.
Yep.
It's Don Juan or the Megalodon Juan, and I forgot what I don't remember what kind of shark Diego is, like a
Who
guppy.
cares?
He's the one that impregnated that stingray. That's what he is.
I
So-
think so.
I hate this timeline.
Now, in RCW, they are the River City Kingdom, and they are still pretty heel.
Mhm.
But apparently, as the Texas Kingdom and Hybrid, they're getting over.
Mhm.
As they were cheered last time, and they beat the Brawlers in a really good match. And Tommy was really weirded out cheering for.
It was
King
so wrong.
So
I've been doing Rob Love for like 8 years.
But I am definitely going, cheering for Texas Kingdom in this one. And Stash, if you want to hurt the treats really bad, we're okay with that. It's do what you got to do.
So I'm gonna throw this out there too, since we don't see Marvel on this card. Marvel will probably be under the Suicide Mask. I'm just gonna throw it out.
You know what? Don't ruin the magic, JC. Don't just say it like that.
Just gonna throw it out
I want to
there.
believe.
I want to believe too, but that'd be crazy with Christopher
Man.
Daniels. So yeah.
Why don't you just tell me how Titanic ends while you're at it?
Jack dies.
Well,
Oh.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, right? So. All right. Well, Hybrid Experience is taking place this Saturday, February 24th. Sorry, I don't have a graphic for it. 7 p.m. Central Time at the Hybrid School of Wrestling. I believe the address is 7114 Eckert Road.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But go to Eckerd. Don't go to Marshall. Go to the warehouses and see where all the cars are.
When you see the UPS distribution center, it's right there across the street. You can't miss it.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Or to be more accurate, when you see that there's no parking, that's pretty much where it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you park in the street, don't block the fire hydrant. Trust me, not worth it. So,
And don't pee on it either. You're not a dog.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, yeah.
wow.
So,
Okay. I think
took a
no
turn.
further questions is good there.
all right. So let's move then to what is taking place on Sunday.
Woo.
RCW is celebrating their 22nd birthday with an event at the Grand Event Center. A place that now has a special place in my heart, but that's for another thing.
Y'all believe I only missed their first show by 3 years since I've been going since 2005?
Yeah, I can
Wow.
believe it. We're all old, Tommy. You're the youngest of us, so you're not as old, but we're all old.
I've known Brandon Oliver, Chris Marvel, and Don Juan my entire adult life.
Well, depends on what you consider an adult life. If you just met since 18, yes. If you
Yeah,
met since we've
no.
actually acted like adults, that hasn't been very long. So
Oh no, they still haven't known them yet because I haven't gotten there. But
Exactly.
but no,
Great.
I met them at 17.
that's crazy.
It's extremely crazy.
Also, I don't know if Brandon Oliver's daughter is a Swiftie or not, but you really miss an opportunity by not calling this RCW Feeling 22 instead of Turns 22. Because we all know how much the football bros love Taylor Swift. So
Look, I love how bold Brandon has been about kind of reworking some old WWE pay-per-view names and doing all that stuff. But I don't know if he's crazy enough to like rework the name of a Taylor Swift album.
That's true. Going after the Swifties is kind of dangerous.
Yeah, just throwing that out there.
Them, you're bringing them in.
I mean,
I know, but Swifties and the Beehive are worse than wrestling fans.
okay,
And Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks fans, but
true.
True.
All right, well, let's pull up the card on this one. That graphic you sent me, Mike, we'll start at the bottom left here. This is a kind of a loaded team here.
so
Taking on
this
Texas
is an
Treats.
interesting. So the Treats are a unit this time as a threesome, if you will. But then also this might lead to.
There.
I didn't mean it like that, but they are.
Yeah.
Actually, this might counter. Well, unless he's doing double duty. this might go against what Jason said earlier, but anyways,
Hmm.
a very odd team of David Kidd, Anthony Andrews, and Devin Carter. JC, what's Anthony Andrews' nickname? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I'm trying to remember.
It's a Thick Daddy Thoroughbred. I thought you
Thick
loved it.
That's right.
Anyways, the funny part, or I don't know if it's funny, David Kidd and Anthony went back and forth over the international titles as an AEW. Is it called that, Tommy? What is it called?
No, it's the international title.
Is
Yeah.
international title? Yeah,
Okay, it was right.
Yeah, because I got confused for a second. I was like, wait, that's the name of the belt.
I did too. So I think Anthony used either him or Devin Carter as like a weapon in the Rumble too. So not exactly the most cohesive team. So there's that going on for them in that one. But again, you want to beat up the treats? Be my guest.
It's like beating up John Cena.
Right?
Speaking of which, if you haven't already, go check out the trailer for Peacemaker being added as a DLC in the Mortal Kombat game.
That shit's
That was
hilarious.
If you love the Peacemaker TV series, there's so many calls to it, and his moveset. John Cena, of course, voices the character, provides the likeness. It is so well done, and yes, Eagly is in the game as well. Just yeah. So, all right, moving on.
All right, and here is Alex Arshel again doing a double shot this weekend against Don Fernando, who we have seen several times now in Hybrid, and he was at the Rumble as well. Hopefully his jacket and feathers are a little more high quality. I think Tommy likes to tell him he gets his jackets from like Goodwill and stuff, but
Party City.
Yeah.
But
that should be a fun match because I mean he's pretty impressive. He's still pretty young in the business himself, so that should be a fun match.
Yep.
All right, we'll go straight up from there.
Whoa.
Here we go.
This is the Big E approved.
Meets Mania, baby.
Yes. This is like a preview. It's a triple threat for the tag team titles. It is the Pillars of Destiny, the champs, versus the heel version of the River City Kingdom, King Rob Love and Stud Stash, versus former champs Overkill, Edge Stone, and Jay Alexander.
I'm meat.
So this is just going to be a brutal, hard-hitting. Oh no! Welcome the best manager, Nastico. Nastico's in the house, who we interviewed recently as well.
Oh God!
So what's up, Nastico? We've got some matches later on. We're going to talk about involving you. But this match, this should be fun and hard hitting. And I think the Pillars come away with it, but who knows what these.
Well, what's interesting is technically, Overkill works with River City Kingdom.
They did, or they have been.
They have in the past, so that's why I'm wondering where they.
I'm pretty sure if Rob tells them, "Let us get this pin," Jay Alexander doesn't seem someone to me who's going to be like, "Yes, sir." So
That's
not
true.
that Edge Stone does either, but Jay Alexander's like a little. He is like a Scott Steiner, and he kind of scares me. So
he's kind of like a less flippy version of Pac to me. Just very angry.
JC Burns with his music references.
I see it. Yeah. Well, Burns, if you haven't seen that Mortal Kombat trailer, I'm telling you, he does the freaking dance. Yeah.
Damn, and then Jason in the chat.
Yeah.
Wow. This chat is getting ridiculous, yo.
And we know from the past, Jay Alexander will sometimes watch the show, so at your own risk, Jason.
Yeah, so I'm not. Yeah, I've forgotten about that. Yeah, I'm not gonna laugh too hard because Jay might watch the playback, and I'd rather.
And everything I said, Jay, was with respect, man. You are a scary, jacked individual.
Yep.
Oh.
All right.
Now,
sorry.
As I said for the hybrid show, JP has a really good chance of getting beat up this weekend, and we are here for it. Speaking of the Juggernaut, we've got the Puerto Rican Juggernaut, Angel Camacho, versus JP, and maybe a version of a stink face happens in this match, and we'd be okay with that.
Or the bonsai drop, and I'm okay with that too.
Either one. Try not to have Emmy on your back this time, though. That didn't end up well last time. So
No, please add her to your back this time when you drop on top of JP Harlow, please.
Yep.
All right.
Oh man, dude.
This is a tough one. It's going to be an amazing match.
Mm-hmm.
But again, friends of the show, the Flock and Brawlers against the Von Erichs. The Von Erichs are back in RCW. They just went on a crazy whirlwind tour around. I was actually just doing, I didn't mean that, but yes, the other club.
Yeah.
Promoting and doing interviews about the movie for their family with their dad. So they're back. Really looking forward to this one. The Brawlers are one of the best tag teams in Texas, and they've been like that for the past year or two. The Von Erichs are the Von Erichs, so that's going to be a hell of a match.
Yeah, and also shout out to the Von Erichs. They just tagged with Dustin on AEW recently.
Yeah. So Rose and Von Erich together.
Not too long ago, about a month or two ago.
Also true, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Okay, Tommy. We said at Hybrid we like 3/4 of this match. Now we like 5/6 of this match.
Yeah. Or like JC said, and one of the 6 is a 12. So.
Exactly.
Math and the math.
Yep.
So
math to a point.
I'm proud of you, Tommy. Very proud of you.
Thank you.
On one side, we have another friend of the show, our good friend Denise Day, making her RCW debut, by the way.
Woo-hoo!
So shout out Denise. We will be there to support you in full. Teaming with Shiva, who recently returned.
A friend of mine, who I better say that or she'll kill me.
And I would love to be your friend too, Shiva. So hopefully I can talk to you more. Who also just came back at the Rumble from some injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
Teaming with the Phoenix.
Just real quick, it's really cool that she's back. That she was going through a lot.
Yeah, she was.
I'm really happy she's back in wrestling.
I followed her, and you're 100% true. They are teaming with the Phoenix champion Emmy Camacho against the team of 2/3 Ain't Bad. Against, we hope to soon be friend of the channel. We've been trying to work this out. These times don't work out well. The RCW champ won at the Rumble. Alejandra Quintanilla, La Leona, teaming with Anarchist Kid Ash, Event of the World Party, and also with Callie.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
Callie.
like you said. So there are times in this match I can cheer religiously, and then Callie will get in the ring.
Also, I just kind of behind the curtains a little bit. I had to message Denise because Tommy knows every time we see her at a show, we try to do different wrestling poses when we take pictures. But also, I just had to let her know. I hope she doesn't get mad because I will be cheering for Alejandra, but I also be cheering for her. But I told her beat up Callie with all the gusto you want. We're totally cool with that.
Just distract her with Takis. That's just the way you do it.
Yeah, just throw Takis or make a little trail and then elbow drop. So
yeah, people need to take
Ooh, pizza Taki. Ooh, pizza Taki. Ooh, pizza Taki.
Oh, and then here we go again. So is this Chris Marvel again? Is this another person under the mask? Is Fuego under the Fuego mask? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
It's Fuego under the Fuego mask. Yo, what if they did that? Like someone comes out under Fuego's mask and Fuego's suicide.
That would be fun. But yeah, we got Suicide versus Fuego del Sol. Fuego's been all over the place. He was in GCW recently, hitting the independents hard after his AEW release. Looks like he's going to become somewhat consistent here at RCW. So this should be a fun match.
Wow, Ted. Wow.
Again, 5 out of the 6, 2/3 on one team.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
yeah.
Then finally, the main event.
And then,
more likely.
Nastico, if you're still there.
Yeah, I don't think he's here. I was trying to mess with the caption and accidentally hit that one. So
okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was in the chat.
No.
But
okay.
A real life kaiju battle is about to take place on Sunday evening.
Actually.
Round 2. as RCW. Okay, Nastico was on a couple weeks ago or whatever, and saying that RCW needs to take down and edit this picture because he is no longer a 6-man champion with ROH.
Oh my god.
And Nastico was like, "You don't got that belt?" I was like, "Damn." But he is still the RCW champ in his second match against the 7-foot face of fear, Bo Amir. It was not easy the first time. And if you've seen the little interviews they've done, Bo Amir has apparently put on 30 pounds of muscle since the last time. Sean, I mean, I don't want to go against Khan, but it is both literally and figuratively a tall task ahead of him. And it's going to be a hell of a match. You tell us, Ted. You're the master of the.
Yeah, I didn't put all
the
that
clips.
together. Sorry. I'm gonna say this though: if Khan ends up coming out with the victory, are we gonna get a shot of like Nastico yelling "Khan"?
I hope so.
My
Like
god,
Star Trek
yes.
2.
That'll be the
Yeah,
icing on the
so.
cake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Appreciate
Y'all
it, Brian.
finish
Thank
talking for a second. I'm going to have to step out for just one quick second.
you. Okay.
Okay.
Go on.
Well,
All right.
I'm picking Khan because I hate Nastico and all that he stands for. So that's just me. Just a little better than Bo. I'm assuming Khan will be. I mean, he's beat him before, but hey, if it's a new champion, it's a new champion. But I refuse to go against Khan because I just don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my pick on that one.
This is just, I mean, a stacked weekend of wrestling. RCW though is going to bring it. Grand Event Center. Again, this takes place Sunday, February 25th. Hey, Mike is back. At 5 p.m. Central Time. I believe our tickets probably sold out by now, I assume, with RCW.
They were pretty close. I think there's only standing room
Okay.
left, just about.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't make it out. Again, it starts at 5 o'clock Central Time. Check it out on Title Match Network. Definitely worth the buy for this one as well, too. So
Yes.
yeah.
Sean, the fans will definitely win.
Yeah, for sure.
with
That's
this one.
that's facts.
So, yep. Wow, this was a loaded show. We've been going on nearly an hour and a half, so I don't know if you guys want to do a 1-minute warning this evening. It's just been crazy.
I actually don't have one. I was going to say that. I don't have
Okay, well, I did have a quick one, but I can save it for another show because it's.
if you want to, we can.
No,
Go
you
for
want
it.
to. I was saying I don't have one, but no, you're good.
Okay.
Ready, Mike?
Yeah.
Go for it.
So I want to address this real quick to Thunder Rosa, and I want to do this respectfully because, last show after the things that happened at Mission Pro with Izzy, some of us were not big fans of what you did. And then, you told me to shut up in the chat on a mission. So I just want you to know, like, you are actually somewhat responsible for me being back at indie shows and kind of the show coming to what it's become. Because back in March of 22, as JC and Tommy know, we went to the ACW show. We watched that amazing cage match against Britt Baker. With that mariachi entrance was one of the coolest things I have experienced at a wrestling show. And me and JC have been going to WWE shows and stuff for years, right? But the electricity with that mariachi playing was amazing.
Yep.
After that show, because I'd heard about it online for a long time, I was like, all right, Tommy's been telling me about Mission Pro. I got to go. So I went to the April 22 show. Since then, we have not missed one. It brought me back into going to RCW shows, to going to hybrid shows, and really helped me when I was dealing with some stuff back then. So I appreciate that greatly, and I hope you understand that. That being said, if you do things we don't like, we're going to say it respectfully. Again, like Tommy said, we don't know why so many people in Mission Pro are keen on attacking a teenager when she's not expecting it. But we're going to be honest about stuff. So I do want to say thank you for bringing me back here and being a big part of getting back into indie wrestling. But be cool about it.
Yeah.
All right. And we just got a match for
breaking news.
Oh.
Nice.
Ooh. All right. Well, let's make picks on this one. Anybody here going with Indy and Candace? This is interesting.
Screw it. Yes, I'm going to go Indy and Candace on that one. I don't care.
Okay.
You know what? If Tommy's going to do it, I'm going to do it too because we'll have the same record then.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ooh. I'm going to say Kabuki Warriors keep it.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Somebody has to be right about this. So
Yeah.
What if Bailey interferes on behalf of?
I was kind of thinking that, which is why I said it.
Man, that would be
then that would be something.
Yeah. Or to be a surprise because is she there? She's not there, is she? Or not announced. I haven't seen her on any press or nothing.
I saw something on social media that she was there.
That she's there? Wow, interesting. Huh. We'll see.
I mean, it's Bailey. She can go wherever she wants to. I mean, Mike can confirm.
Sean, your question.
I won't be at
RCW. I think those tickets are pretty much sold out, and my daughter has a tournament that day. It's gonna be a long day. Saturday right now is a maybe. Again, we have an early start on Sunday, so we'll see how late. If I can make it out to hybrid, we'll kind of see right now. So I know we got a lot of stuff going on too as well. But I more likely be watching on Title Match to check out the RCW show. It's gonna be good. So yeah. And I would need to get a nap at some point on Saturday because if I'm going to get up at 4 fucking o'clock in the morning to watch Chamber. So, yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is, we're closing in on the beginning of the spring season. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it and see how we do. So, this is the youth sports life. You just help them, teach them, give them some reps so they work on getting better. So, yeah. Well, thank you everybody for joining us on this week's episode of a loaded episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. Once again, TNA No Surrender is Friday, February 23rd, 7 p.m. Central Time, broadcasting exclusively on TNA Plus, taking place at the Ilario Center in New Orleans, Louisiana. Saturday morning, you got the Elimination Chamber from Perth, Australia, 4 a.m. Central Time on Peacock. Wake up, get some coffee, whatever you got to do to get ready for that. Saturday evening, the Hybrid Experience, Heartbreakers 2 at the Hybrid School of Wrestling. Sorry, I don't have a graphic for that one. Taking place at 7 p.m., 7114 Eckert Road, I believe is the address for that. It's very simple. Go down Eckert away from Marshall. If you see the UPS place, it's right across the street from that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Sunday, RCW 22nd birthday for RCW. Tickets pretty much sold out, taking place at the Grand Event Center, 5 p.m. Central Time on Sunday. Watch it, of course, on Title Match Network.
And also, I just remember Dog Pound actually has a show that same day, too, in case anyone can't make it.
Jesus, there's so much going on.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
look at all the great wrestling we have to consume, guys. Stop complaining about stuff you don't like in wrestling and find the stuff you do.
Yeah.
Mike, what do you
Ted, let's see. Oh, Geekcast interview with the great Alana Ubach airs tomorrow morning.
Okay, Ted. That's the girl from Waiting, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
I think so.
She was one of the waitresses, the one who gets all super mad and then puts on the. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta check
part of that
out
interview, but I
pretty sure.
couldn't figure out my schedule in time. I was really mad about that.
Because that's what it looked like when they were showing the little previews with us. But I was like, that's what I remember her from. But that was hilarious.
Next week on the WrestleCast, we'll recap everything we talked about today and talk about AEW Revolution, guys. I feel like it's been forever since we were getting to this point, the way they have built this up, and I'm looking forward to it.
It's a pretty jack card itself.
It is, and by the way, Wardlow's promo last night, fucking fire. I'm gonna say that right now. So yeah.
I want, you know what, I kind of want to believe that's kind of been the plan all along, to keep people mad like that.
Yeah,
that's why I wanted to be on the interview, and that's why I felt so bad, because I love a lot of the things she's been in, and I wanted to be part of the interview. I got so mad I couldn't say it.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new Ted series, but
I haven't seen
watch that.
I've seen those other things. Good. She was one of the kids in Sister Act 2. Okay, that's kind of funny.
Yeah, she was the girl that's saying the love boat. That was her.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Appreciate everybody taking the time to join us with the chat. It's always fun having us in there. Always fun having you guys interact with us. It's a great time. Over here, we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys. Stay black.
We got Big Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good to each other.
And I'm JC. And as always, heels and baby faces, remember, pro wrestling is real.
People
are
are
fake.
fake.
Wakanda forever.
Boom. Adios, people.
We'll catch you next week. Leap year day.